Today I'm going to be doing a story time for you guys, and I don't think I've ever... No, I have. That's a lie. Okay, never mind. So when this actually happened, like on the day of and a couple days afterwards, I was like in shock. And I've never experienced shock before in my life, but this was the time I did. And let me just get started with the story so you guys know what's going on. So just as an FYI, I've been in 2 car accidents before. I wasn't the driver though, my mom was. But me, myself, have never gone into a car accident ever before. Until this day, so this was about 7 or 8 months ago, and on that day I had an appointment that I had to go to, and during that week my parents were not home. They were out of the province or out of the state. It was just me and my stepsisters. All my stepsisters were not home at the time either. They were writing exams or at work, so no one was home, just me. I go out to go to my appointment, which is literally like 3 minutes from my house, okay? 3 minutes. And I go up to a green light to make a left turn. This green light is not like an advanced arrow where you can just like, oh, it's your turn, you can turn left. I have to wait and yield to oncoming traffic because it's just a plain green light. So I move up and I'm waiting for the oncoming traffic. The only thing is though, is that the way that they made these lanes is like horrible. They just changed the lane. But right across from me, it's not just 1 lane of cars, it's 2 lanes of cars that are stopped because it's not their turn. And beside them is 1 lane that is going, and that's the lane I'm waiting for. But like I said, the 2 beside them, like there's 2 lanes beside them. So it's kind of blocked, like I can't see everyone that's coming. In my mind, I knew that moving up to that green light, like I should make sure and look and see before I actually come up to that point, and that's what I was doing. So I didn't see any other cars. Like in my head, like all the cars had gone by because like I couldn't see anyone before I came up. I couldn't see anyone at that point. So, but at this moment, I was sure that there was no cars. And right before I turned, I actually just like slammed my brakes before I could like possibly turn, because this guy comes out of nowhere. No, not out of nowhere. Okay. At that moment, all I heard was like something hit my car, and then all I hear is someone on the ground moaning, and I was like, oh my god. Guys, okay, whew. It was unreal. It's so scary to think about. I'm not even joking you, like I was literally so scared. And at that moment, when I was slamming my brakes, in my mind, everything slowed down. Everything was so slow. Like I felt like my foot pressing the brake was like so slow, but my mind was like, come on Sam, come on, like press the brake. And in my head it was just so slow, like I couldn't, like it was so weird. So then obviously there's a guy on the ground and I'm just in the middle of the intersection, and I'm like, what do I do? Like what? Didn't know what to do. Like, do I leave my car on? Do I turn it off? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely put my hazard lights on and I left my car. Like I went out of the car to check on the guy who was on the ground. I was like, literally, I just hit you. What? I just hit a person. Like what? What? Like you never think like you would be doing that? Like I don't know. So I get out of the car and I'm like checking on him. I literally like go on the ground and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. What do you say? Like, sorry I hit you? My bad? Like what? Oh my god. 1 sec. Like what do you say to someone you just hit, who's literally on the ground moaning? This was like an older gentleman too. All I was thinking was like, do you know how much damage can happen from when someone falls off of their motorcycle? Do you know what could happen to this dude? Do you know? Like literally, like what are you doing? People started coming from like different cars, like witnesses I guess, and they were like running to him. Like I remember one guy coming up at the first guy and he was like, I'm gonna call 911, and I was just like I couldn't even respond. I was like, what did I just do? Like what? All these people were coming to make sure that that guy was okay, and I was literally just standing beside my car. No one from my family is here. Like my dad doesn't live with me. Like who do I call? Like, so I ended up calling my dad, who was like an hour and a half away, was crying, and I was like, just hit a guy. And he was like kind of shook, to be honest. He was like don't worry, like I'm coming, and like whatever, but you can sense that he was like a little bit panicked. So at that moment when everyone was like with the guy on the ground, it honestly just made me feel so bad. It's all my fault, and it's like all these people are going to like him because they see me as this like monster. Like, what did I just do? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, that's what I was thinking, because literally everyone is there and I'm just like, this is all my fault. Like, I can't believe I just hit a person. And then this one lady came out of her car and she just kind of like consoled me, I guess. She stayed with me the whole time and she was like, do you have any family here? Like, who can we call for you? Like, she was so nice. Honestly, if she wasn't there, I would have like freaked out even more. But guys, I haven't even gone to the part where I literally was in shock. First moment where I hit him, I literally sat in my car and I was like, what did I just do? Like, I just wanted my body to be out of that situation. I did not want to be in that situation because I knew what was coming next. I knew that I had to like go out of the car, see what happened, and like deal with it. And I just wanted to not be there so badly that I just like sat in my car frozen for a bit before I went out. And then when people were like rushing to the guy and then the ambulance came, that's when like the shock really started to hit me and I just started bawling my eyes out. I was like, I cannot believe I did this to someone. Like, how could I do that? Why did I not just wait? Like, all those things popping in my head, to the point where like I would cry so much and like my body would start like shaking and like literally like tremors, like just shaking in fear. And like, I remember when the police came, they wanted me to like sit in the police car and write a statement of what happened. And this is after the ambulance took him. And they were telling me like, it's gonna be okay, don't worry, and stuff like that. And like, I just, in my head, like, I know I'm not that type of person to be like, oh, they're telling me like everything's fine, like, no. What I did was there was gonna be consequences to what I did, and like, who knows what's gonna happen to this guy. And they kept saying that he's gonna be okay and like everything's fine and like don't worry. But I knew that's because they wanted me to like not be so panicked. Like, the police and the lady that was with me would like say like, she's just really frightened right now, she's really panicked, whatever, as if like I don't know what's going on. But I do know what's going on, but I can't like stop my body from like having that reaction because it's like normal, I guess, in that situation. And then like when I had to walk and sit in the police car, my legs were literally shaking. Like, it was hard for me to walk. Like, you know when someone's walking and their legs are like wobbly? That's how shaken up I was. I was like, I know what's happening, but my body's reacting this way and I can't stop it from reacting this way. It's weird. It's just, and then so I was like writing down in the police statement what happened after I like calmed down. So all the way up until this point, I'm thinking that I moved up on that green light and I just hit a guy who was coming straight. And that's all my fault and I'm so dumb for doing that, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's what really happened. This was literally so weird that like there was a truck, a semi-truck that had a dash cam. He caught the accident on his dash cam. So when the police officer came, she checked the footage. She came back to me and she said, I have good news for you. And I was like, what happened was you moved up, but when you saw him coming, you stopped and you never entered his lane. Like, you never, like, going by the rules of the road, I never entered his lane for me to like hit him. Like, I didn't like go into him, do you know what I mean? But what actually happened was I moved up, and as I was moving up and he saw that I was moving up and he thought I was gonna turn, which anybody would, he laid down his bike and his bike slid, hit the bottom of my car and like just spun out. So really what happened is that he laid his bike down and that's what hit my car. I didn't hit him. The bottom of my car was like broken a little bit where the grill is, but it honestly was not bad at all. I could never fixed it. It's fine. It's literally nothing. But his bike was like in pieces. Like, honestly, I felt so bad, but it's so crazy how like your brain can interpret something in such a different way. Whereas like when you have it on footage, it's like it shows you exactly what happened and it was totally different. So it was weird. Yeah. And to be honest, I was like really shaken up after that. My dad came, we spent the day together, and then he went back, and that was that. Like, honestly, it was so nice to see that like total strangers literally like helped me through everything. They like drove home with me, and like, I don't know, that was so nice. That was like very, very kind. And the whole time that lady was with me, she was like, you remind me so much of my granddaughter. And like, I don't know, it was nice. I've never been in a position where I'm like in shock, in physical shock. I don't know, things just happen out of the blue. Let me just say that. Like, nothing is predictable, honestly, in life. No, but honestly, it was really scary. Like, it was not chill at all. I was really worried about like what was gonna happen to him, but they told me that he was fine. Like, I tried to call the police officer to see which like hospital he went to so I could see, but they're not allowed to give you that information. But she said like, don't worry, like he'll be fine and stuff. I really hope so. it was such a crazy experience. Like, it was. So that was my story. I've been trying to think of like other stories that have happened to me. So if you guys like want a story time, just yeah, I'm gonna go now, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Let me know if you've gone through something similar, or let me know if you've gone through something for the first time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.